Hello and welcome everybody, I am your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and today we are continuing Symphony of the Night. Yeah! A lot has happened in the past week. I need to get a drink. Hello Zeke, Foxno, and El Rey. Welcome, welcome. I just realized I didn't turn down my TV, so you guys would hear double audio. My bad, there we go. How is everybody holding up today? As I'm getting a drink here. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody doing well? I'm doing a fine. I'm doing a-okay myself. I'm holding something. A controller. So it's time to get back to Symphony, and we're gonna go back up to the inverted castle as I'm talking. I have not played this game since last stream, so the goal is to, you know, do well. We got all sorts of stuff we need to do before we can get to the next part. Actually, Holy Water will probably be better than the Grand Cross. Tired? Oh, I feel that. So, I played Sonic Superstars. How was audio, by the way? Any hiccups? Is it too loud, too quiet? I haven't asked, so I'm just kind of here doing it. So, we're starting the inverted castle. So, yeah, I'm not upside down, you are. What do you mean the stream's upside down and Alucard's on the ceiling? That doesn't happen. Not in this game, anyways. Me being a jokester aside, audio seems okay for now. That sounds about correct. For now, because it'll quickly go bad eventually. I'll just find a really loud spot in the game and it'll make everybody cry. So save points and warp points are essentially in the same spots in this game. We'll be talking about Sonic Superstars a little bit today, but don't worry, no spoilers. I won't spoil the game, although I will say my biggest gripe right now is the last two bosses minus the reference boss. There's just some stuff going on with the game that makes me go, no. Alright. Garnet. Well, let's hope we can find Dagger. That's a little Final Fantasy reference for those who aren't in the know. Iron bum. You updated the stream link on Spectre's Discord. Oh, the link changed? So what happens when I click the other one? No, it still leads here. Huh. Well, thank you, Sauces. Actually, honestly, Sauces, I don't know how much power you have in Spectre's Discord, because I have none at the moment. I was wondering if we could finally get a self-promo area, because I really don't like interrupting the general chat. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. The other one takes you to a shorter non-live one? What? What? Well, we're gonna fix that. That is odd. I've never known it to do that. Does it do that often? I'm gonna run back through here and edit the links. I didn't know it did that. I have never known it to do that. That is odd as hell. GeForce driver is ready. I see. Kind of sort of can't update. That concerns me, because now I'm like, okay, well, how many people are actually watching, and how many people are watching a short version of the stream that... Once again, YouTube magic at its finest. Because other people managed to get here, so that's a little odd. Okay. Well, at least all the Discord links are fixed for every server. That's where it took me. Maybe it's just something weird. This is the first time it's happened to me. Okay. Yeah, because I know that we were talking about it, and I think it would be a good spot for the art section. Or, like, something. Because that was where I used to put the links. And then, you know, Spectre, and yeah, let's not bring that up again, but either way, I think it's important to have, because I don't think me posting links in the normal chat is very healthy for it. I know I'm picky with my own server, but, like, I still understand the topics of debate. Alright. So I've been through there. Okay. Weird little glitch. Well, thank you. Thank you. I know we were talking about it the other week, or the other month. It's been a little while. Been a little while since I've talked about stuff like that. The inverted castle with the inverted librarian. I do think this is a little silly. And it's on the ceiling. A part of me wants to do, like, a short animatic where, Alucard is trying to get away from the coffin, and then it just blocks the door. And here we have the bat. Maybe Grand Cross would have been a little nicer. All of the bosses in the inverted castle are references to the original Castlevania, so... Luckily, they will go down fairly easy. But our main goal is to reassemble Dracula's remains. We've obtained the Ring of Vlad. So, these go in our relics. And they all do something. Intellect plus 10. So, the more of them we have, the better. I just realized, am I not in my VC? I am, okay. Just means I have to turn down the game just a little bit more on my end. There we go. Couldn't even hear myself think, really. So, chat, how many of you guys are planning on picking up Sonic Superstars before I start talking about it in depth? Because I'd like to discuss some of the things that happened in my playthrough that I feel are, like, they need to be talked about in terms of the game. Because it's something, yeah, I know I'm gonna get to Superstars next month, and that's only a couple weeks away, but it's still important for me to, like, discuss it, because I'm sure, you know, a lot of YouTubers consider me a Sonic tuber, which I don't know how or why. I play everything else as well, but... Moonrod. That'll come in handy. I've got stuff to talk about with Castlevania too, but I think it's more interesting to talk about Sonic Superstars. The game just came out, and you know, it's a hot debate right now. A lot of reviewers gave it like a 7, and some people are concerned that the game's not the best, and I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the game is good. Some of the game is not very great. And I don't think that that should be normal, because Sonic Mania had some not good parts at the end of the game, but the levels were still quick. Sonic Superstars sections that aren't super great drag. And it's like, they just keep happening. It's not like, oh, the game is not good at this point, but it'll get better after that. No, the game keeps going beyond where I feel it should end. Some of the music, some of the sound effects, right, are ripped straight from the Genesis game, and then other ones are all brand new when they had Genesis counterparts to use. But it's going with this 3D aesthetic, so some of the sounds just clash, like, really badly. And then some of the music does that as well, where like some of the music is like really, really high quality, like modern sounding, and then other pieces are just ripped. I feel like they're using the Genesis sound font, and they're really good. I actually used one for the opening today, just because I wanted to see what I can get away with. So if it was quiet in the starting soon, if you're watching it after the fact, that's probably because I was a bit busy having to remove audio after the fact. But no, Superstars is a good game, but it falls victim to a lot of the faults that you wouldn't imagine a game after Mania would fall to. Like weird screen crunch. Like, it's in widescreen, in 3D, and yet somehow, for some reason, they've got this camera zoomed in really, really hard on Sonic. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's like that was one of my pet peeves with Sonic Forces. So to see it have that same problem shows me that some people just do not understand the point of having good screen real estate in a Sonic game. So that was a little nuts to learn. But the game's alright. I'm playing it co-op later today to try and see if I can finish the final boss with Casey, but I doubt that it'll go very smoothly. Once again, I haven't I've played a majority of the way through the game, but I do know that there's like a secret ending and there's 2 stories. I'm only doing 1 for now, so. Alright, up we go. I am struggling to get through here. It's areas like this that make me think that, oh, maybe maybe having the ferry out would be a little easier. It put it into place and then got it out of place. With the sword in this room. Maybe we will switch over to the fairy familiar. Familiar. There we go. There we go. Right into place. There's that. If I had the sword familiar, it would have clicked past it by now. The gate hasn't opened yet, because... Barry was trying to use the hammer earlier there. Why the Fairy Familiar is one of the best. Okay. There's that. That room is very, very difficult, so... Sellable, sellable. Okay, that'll make everything go up. After sunset. Don't know if there's actually a way that it reads that. I don't know how that works. That's why I've been avoiding using it. Well, that does that. Going to use a turkey here. Now, yes, I do know you can... I do know you can absolutely just kind of cheese through a lot of things by duplicating items. However, I don't know that trick, and I do believe it still works in this version, but I'm not sure, so... And I hit the wrong button. Here we go. But yeah, outside of Superstars, it's a good game, but it feels like there needs to be some polish. I found some glitches with some audio, and it was annoying. Not really bad, per se, just irksome. Like, how did you miss this glitch, sort of thing? If I got it to... See, if I can get a glitch to trigger multiple times... and there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason why it shouldn't have been fixed, I'll be more annoyed with the glitch. So, for those who don't know, for those who don't know what glitch I found an audio bug where it doubles the music. This is a common bug. Alright, Dragon Helm. Let's see how much better or worse this is. Quite a bit better for everything except for intellect, but intellect only does one, so we'll go with this. I'm trying to think about what to... Trying to think about what to talk about. I really don't have much of anything going on with me personally. Hello, Skylar. Welcome. How's your day going today? My day is going quite alright. But Sonic Superstars is good. It's just rather middle of the road when it comes to quality assurance. The game itself's like an 8. The quality bumps it down to about a 7. But I'm still simmering on it, and it might get better. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's good. Just chilling. Cool. I'm just playing Symphony. Recently got my hands on Sonic Superstars, and been talking about the way that game both is good and yet somehow is still the most disappointing game that I have. I meant to start the stream earlier around 3, but what can you do? What would you do for a Klondike bar? I have no idea. A lot of these jumps are very difficult. It's only going to ever play this one track of music for the inverted castle, which is what makes this section drag as bad as it does. I do think this is mostly just padding. I think it's interesting padding, but it's padding. There's a platform now in all of the warp rooms. It's activated. So now we gotta find the other ones. Our main goal is to get stronger armor, stronger weapons. Turn back on the sword car. What are our familiars at? So we're at 8 there. Looks like sword is about to. We're about to get that sword as the main weapon. Ah, I missed it. I think you can use the elevator in the inverted castle. But I'm not gonna rush to conclusions and hope that it works, because, you know, Castlevania, you never know. Welcome back, Elray. I was just talking about the disappointment of Sonic Frontiers. Or, not Frontiers, Sonic Superstars. Game's good, just kind of mediocre in some spots. Quality-wise, it's mediocre. But here's a neat reference. So, some people may know I have a weird connection with The Wizard of Oz. Like, legitimately. So, most people may know the Disney Wizard of Oz production. I am related. She's my great aunt. One of my great aunts. But the Good Witch of the North is my, Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. The actress who played her is my great aunt. Before you ask, no, I have absolutely no idea what she was like. I've never met her. I just know that it's a fact that she married into the family on my mother's side. I've heard good things, but I have absolutely no idea. Figured that'd be interesting, especially because the enemies in this area are all based on the Wizard of Oz. And speaking of, we're gonna get the heck out of here, because this place is way too dangerous for me at the moment. So, anytime you guys are like, I need a cool fact about the Wizard of Oz, you can say, you know the person who was related to an actress in the movie. I mean, if you want, I don't actually care. What you do on your own time is on you. If that is a... a flex for you, then go for it. Makes you happy, go for it. But yeah, that's one of those cool facts I bust out anytime anytime there is at all any reference to the Wizard of Oz, I just kinda 46. $27. Sorry, now I'm looking for the items, because they've shifted around in my inventory. There's the Claymore, and that's 39. Master Sword was 46. And the Moon Rod is 43, so I should have stuck with the sword. I hear the Wizard of Oz. I'm reminded the Judy Garland movie that came out in 2019 and made me cry. Ah, yeah. I've not seen that in particular. But yeah, I'll make reference to what all of these are. Clearly, this is the Lion Man. The man on the straw The dead person on a stick on a pike is it's supposed to be the straw man. I believe it is meant to be like a scarecrow of some sort. And then the Tin Man is later on in that area. He's actually the scarier enemy to encounter. But I do like the way they change up the enemies. Into the void. Next to the anti-venom. Yep. Just gonna put I've always thought that Castlevania characters just had magic pockets. Because, you know, it's a world with a little bit of magic. And speaker magic, alchemy, and magic pockets. It's not that out of the ordinary. We do want to save a lot more often now, though, because, well, what you see here, it's... There's Soul Steal. This is Frankenstein. Once again, like I said, all the bosses going forward are all references to the first games. You might have noticed Frankenstein in our Castlevania 1 playthrough, as he had a Fleaman. And you might think, it's time to correct Gavin about the Frankenstein, it's called his monster thing. No, because he christened the Frankenstein. The monster's name is Frankenstein. The name was given to him by the Dr. Frankenstein. You can argue it with me, or you could look it up. I promise you, it's not as interesting. Frankenberry, oh my god. Hello, Foxo. Welcome home. Also, happy birthday. Since it's still your birthday, I think. I hope. Unless I'm that far behind and ahead of the curve. Gonna go ahead and save. So the main thing that I'm going to be doing is trying to max out the sword so we can get back to using the fairy. And then on top of that, also attempting to get more, much better equipment. And beating all of the bosses. Dim sunset. No idea what that does. Proof status after sunrise. Gauntlet does a little bit more for our attack and everything else, really. Looks like it allows for a bit more range. Of course, I can also just be misreading. These skeletons are dangerous. the ones that shoot the lasers, because they'll just whack you from really, really far away. And be like, what the heck was that? And it's like, oh, it's one of the green skeletons. Still have 2 hours. Cool. Cool, yeah. Alright. And a lot of the bat form is going to get a lot of use in the inverted castle. But also, this is just an absolute pain to do. Mistform, another hammer. So El Rey, I don't think you got to answer. How is your day going? How's your day been? Honestly, my day is okay. I need something to eat soon, but... Just realized it's Tuesday. Truman gets paid tomorrow. I get to pay off a little bit more of my red suit. My suit, yeah, sure. Like, I'm gonna be the one wearing it. I mean, technically. By technicality. My suit. So, the plan for this week is Symphony of the Night today. Try our best to do at least 3-ish hours. With the main goal being to finish it next week. Mega Man ZX on Thursday. Jackbox on Friday. We'll be playing different Jackbox games than last week. 1 or 2 of the same, but there'll be sequels, so not really. I don't know what the point of making that. I don't have the money to. But yeah, a lot of this week is set up. Tomorrow I've got Castlevania 64. We'll be starting that game. I will be playing the game through an emulator and save stating my way through because apparently Project 64 doesn't allow for memory pack support, and well, that's probably because most N64 games don't require the memory pack, but Castlevania 64 does, and working on a fursuit head, still on the bucket head base. Yeah, I don't carve. I've had to carve in the past, but I don't. I prefer using 3D bases when it comes to making fursuit heads. I can just get a better look out of them. Not to say carving is bad. Absolutely not. I just think that you can do more with a, you can do more a lot quicker with a 3D printed base. Now I know there's the casting method as well. It's like it's even lighter than 3D printing. It's like, I don't know, have you seen how light 3D printing is? It's not that heavy. Alright, we are leveling up very, very quickly. We're already at level 34. We want to be about level 50 by the time we finish the game. I think the first time around we were level... I think the first time around we were something like level 46, 47. So I noticed the last two videos I did didn't do quite as hot as... Oh, I should also mention, next week I'll have an uploaded video on top of the streams. So, expect that like Wednesday, maybe Saturday. Might even replace the short day, or I'll do the short and the uploaded video. Either way, I've got a Castlevania video discussing non-canon events. Or, well, what most people think are non-canon, but they can actually fit in to the timeline quite well. I'll be discussing things like Legends, Shinoa, and the Order of Ecclesia. I've already got it recorded, I just need to edit it. Nope, Axe will do much better here. So, I did carving for when I made Fev's head. Because for those who don't know, Fev is a local fur to me, and I, furred their head. I'm also working on I'm also gonna be working on Casey's suit head here within the next month. Essentially, after I get done with the insanity of Octobervania, I'm going to be lessening the stream count, getting done a video or two, and then working on Casey's head. Casey's head's gonna be the main thing I would like to get done by the end, because the goal is to have it done by MFF. Because even if she can't get her own ticket, at least I can have her head done, right? Sure you'll breeze through the rest of this. I hope I can breeze through the rest of this. If I can make an opening this week and shift everything over for next week, I would be so happy. If we can get Mega Man ZX done done on Thursday. This done like today or tomorrow, or today or today or next week on its allotted day. I feel like I'd be a little bit more free to do what I need to get done. And now we have another Alucard boss fight, but we've come to his home area. Got more moves up his sleeve. Dang it. Their name is who's the real Alucard? I bet their name is Alucard backwards. That's just Dracula. What happens when one unmovable Alucard meets an unstoppable Alucard? Wait. Yep, we died there. It's alright, we saved. This is why making saves are very important in this game. Before the final episode, I will be going back through and 100%ing the castle. This is not an area I should honestly be in yet. But we can get some good items here and it'll speed up our quest. That, I believe, is one of the censored sprites. Okay, we still don't have that relic. That. Like the bitey guy? Like the guy we're coming to stop? Because he's a big nerd. You may notice I'm getting juggled around here a lot more than I was with the main castle. That is not a coincidence. That is just something that is happening. Even an area like this, where you wouldn't think that everything would be upside down, even the background's upside down, and they really didn't have to. I don't think people would notice. I suppose I noticed, but... I'm a nerd. Don't listen to me. Am I as big a nerd as Dracula? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Force of Echo. Now our Echo does damage. Not a whole heck of a lot. But it's better damage than nothing. I'd much rather have it and not need it than not have it and need it. So we will be going back. I will at least be going back through the water up here. Mario Wonder comes out in a couple days. I'm sure some people are very excited about it. I know I am. Although I'm also a bit more concerned about... I'm now more than ever concerned about the quality of that game when I really shouldn't be. And that more so comes down to... I played Sonic Superstars and didn't enjoy that game as much as what I wanted to, and now I'm concerned that maybe Mario Wonder might have some fatal flaws that really don't need to be there. But I mean, it's Nintendo, so it should be okay. Haven't been keeping up with games in a bit. What's a Mario? Mario Wonder is a beautiful 2D side-scrolling platformer that I cannot wait to try. I played the demo, and it was really good. But Sonic Superstars, I was excited for that. Played it. I'm most of the way through with that game. And now my only thought with that game is, why did I feel the need when the quality is just not there? Zest is probably an okay game development studio, but they probably should not be working on a game They shouldn't be designing bosses and stuff without understanding the stuff that came before, because a lot of its mistakes were done better in Sonic Rush. Like, I'm not even kidding. There was, like, basic boss design stuff where I was like, Sonic Rush did this way better. Why aren't you taking notes? And now my only question is, well, it's probably because Arzest. Reminder! Arzest, here's a big reminder for you guys. Arzest is the development studio behind Balan Wonderworld. At 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a 100% live stream of Balan Wonderworld. They're nights, not nights, but it's not anything, but it's not good game. Which character did I play as? I played as all of them at the moment. I've given each character a shot in Sonic Superstars. I'm at the end of the game. Peanuts. Because they were literally watching it with Peanuts. They were watching Alucard's Torment with Peanuts. Sonic Superstars? What is that? Peanuts? Sonic Superstars or what? Arzest. Balan Wonderworld? Which thing are we doing? Are starting to lose their charm? No, because Mario's doing just fine. And Sonic Frontiers was fantastic. I come back to that game every now and again, and I gush about it almost every time I talk about it. There is quality to be had in these older titles, Foxo. The problem is what people are doing with them. Castlevania hasn't gotten anything since Grimoire, and Grimoire was a bit of a disappointment for most Castlevania fans because it was essentially just a mobile... it was the Mega Man X dive of Castlevania. You know, not a new game in a while. The original developers went on to make something different, and Konami struggled to see what was relevant with those titles. You know, something like Metal Gear Survive. Because by that argument, Metal Gear is run its course. What is Balan Wonderworld? It was made by Yuji Naka. It was pitched as Square's version of Nights into Dreams, and it had a lot of the aesthetic flair that a modern Nights into Dreams or Journey into Dreams game would have, and it boiled down to hundreds of costumes, and all of them do basically the same thing, and all of them are it's a one-button game. And that was something else that was a problem with that game. That's not left or right, so... Either way, it's not a good game. It reviewed very poorly. It's not optimized very well, and I have a physical copy on PlayStation 5 that I bought specifically because I had faith that you guys would get us to 1,000 subs before... I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner. And then I started looking at timetables, and I was just like, there's no fucking way. Alright. Holding out the shield. Hit! Wasn't Balan kinda bad? It was very bad. That's why I want 100% it for the channel, but I'm only doing it as a 1,000 subscriber reward. Essentially, we get to 1,000 subs, I will play Balan Wonderworld for the channel. 100% of the way through. I will stop everything in my day just to do it. Unless Konami can work with Kojima again. Konami's not working with Kojima again. I'm sorry to break your bubble. And the thing about Kojima is that he needs to be restrained a little bit to get a good product out in the first place. If you need an example of why I feel that way, guess what came out and was very boring for fans of Kojima's titles? We are falling forward. Damn it. I was trying.
I had hoped that you might, but all for nothing.
Dang. Kojima's kinda a jerk. Konami's kind of a jerk, but Kojima's got the prestige in the game industry, and that's part of his problem, is that he's got all this prestige around him, but the games he puts out, well, yeah, a lot of them are very, very good. A lot of them are also very, very contemporary. Like Igarashi, the creator of Symphony of the Night, Harmony of Dissonance, Circle of the Moon, Lords of Shadow series, Castlevania Judgment, Dawn of Sorrow, Aria of Sorrow, you know, all of the great Castlevania games that people rant and rave about, has stated, oh yeah, if Konami wants me back to make a Castlevania game, I will make the Castlevania game. Meanwhile, Kojima won't go back to Konami under any circumstances. Because he fought them that hard. Iga just left. Like, Iga was like, hey, I'll be around in the games industry, doing my thing. And for reference, Igarashi is why Dracula looks the way he looks in this game. Because Igarashi was easy to work with, but he was very demanding of the dev team in quality. Which is why all the Castlevania games have a semblance of quality after Symphony of the Night. And you can't tell me they don't. Because even the worst Castlevania game is still better than, like, any Activision title. Ooh. Yeah, you're thinking of Hideki Kamiya. He's not in Platinum Games anymore. In fact, he can't even work in the games industry for a whole year. He left Platinum Games, signed a non-competitive agreement, and can't work in the games industry for a whole year. But Platinum Games, his company, apparently is going very south. Which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Hideki Kamiya is a jerk. He blocks everybody on Twitter, and everybody knows him for that. That and Bayonetta, and you'd think, oh, well, Bayonetta's so good. What's so bad about working with Hideki Kamiya? It's because he's not a good person to work with. He's demanding in such a way that it's, like, rude. And it makes sense why a lot of people that work with him don't want to work with him. Now, the Bayonetta voice actress is just as bad. The new one, not so much, but either way, I don't touch Bayonetta. I may enjoy some of Kamiya's work, Devil May Cry being one of them, but Devil May Cry 5, the game made without him, was really good. So, to me at least, it doesn't seem like Kamiya is really needed to make a good action slasher. Game, please stop. It's the narrative over gameplay, but the gameplay serves its purpose. The gameplay in Death Stranding does not serve any purpose. The gameplay in Death Stranding is one big fetch quest. That is not a game. That is not a good game. I'm sorry. If you're gonna sit and defend Death Stranding, have better arguments than it serves its purpose. That's not an argument. That's not even, like, a statement that's worth bringing up in the games industry. Because guess what? It serving its purpose doesn't mean shit. That's like... I'm sorry, that's just really bad. That's just a very bad video game take. And I will argue it to high heaven. Because, no. If the game isn't fun, and Kojima, for the record, went and said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make the game fun. That is something he said. That's not, like, oh, yeah, that's just something that happened. He straight up said, oh yeah, I forgot to make the game fun. Like, that should not be the way this is. But it is. Like, that is something he said in an interview with a games journalist. I forgot to make the game fun. Like, what? Like, that should not be how you are making a game. If you're forgetting to make the game fun, then maybe you're in it for the wrong reasons. Well, what do I know? I just play these things and really, really enjoy them. And analyze and critique them so people can make better games. Probably, I don't know. I've not touched a Bayonetta game. I just refuse to. No real reasoning behind it. I just don't want to support Kamiya. If he wants to act like a jerk to everyone in the games industry for no other reason than, oh, look at me, I'm Kamiya. No. Then don't go into the games industry. Wow, I just did the clock room basically perfectly there. I did left, middle, and then right. That was not timed. That wasn't planned. That was just really good luck. I don't know. I'm not gonna trash Bayonetta as a game. I'm sure it's fine, but Kamiya himself needs to chill. Like, a lot. He's got a lot of growing up to do. He bans people just for asking questions and shit. There's a Cthulhu type enemy. The Ghost Dancer. Okay. Level 13. We're getting there with the sword. He just kind of made that game for himself and just let everyone else play it. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Iga made, like, Bloodstained for the fans. Now, yeah, I didn't like Bloodstained, what was it? The Metroidvania that he was heavily involved with. But I think Bloodstained is a good series. I think Curse of the Moon 1 and 2 are really good. Ritual of the Night, not as much, but to each their own. I've always been more of a classic Castlevania nut anyways than I have more modern Metroidvania titles. Ooh, that's a good thing to keep open. Now, I don't mind developers just doing what they want. Sure, let them. I think that's important in the industry, but I do think that a lot of the problems that people face in this industry could be reconciled with simply not, like, okay, there has been this big push, for some reason, in the industry to despise game players. Like, not so much the critics, but the actual people that play the games. And that's not my opinion. That's something that actually has been happening. You know, heavier microtransactions, decisions that are money-driven and not so much player-driven. And it seems like the video game industry is very much towards following trends and not giving quality. Which is why I like Nintendo a lot, because, you know, they are all about quality. Like, they don't release a product that's not quality. And some of you might be like, well, 1-2 Switch isn't that good. It's like, yeah, but at least it was fun. Like, everybody 1-2 Switch? Not as fun, but it was still fun. There was at least a level of quality with its release. Like, it didn't need a day one patch. It just kind of worked out of the box. And that's something I can't say about, you know, like, an Activision game, or a Bethesda title. Most of those games just don't work out of the box. Once again, though, these are a lot of just my opinions. Neither here nor there. Alright, here we have the mummy. Another staple Castlevania boss from the first game. I'm kind of just staying away from him. Let's see here. And we beat the mummy. Your brother says hello. Well, hello, El Rey's brother. I'm gonna head off, rest. Alright, well, have a nice evening. I'm gonna be here, getting the ribs of Dracula. The ribs of Vlad. Which is funny, because his real name is Matthias. His human name is Matthias. But someone say it's a silly name. I say it's a silly series. I saw a clip today, by the or the other day, that was really funny to me. Did you know VeggieTales did a song about pronouns? Like, explaining that it's just language, and it's hilarious to me. I don't know why. I only saw the last part of it, but it made me chuckle, so. One of the jokes I know Truman likes to make is you have pronouns. It came with your language. And I'm like, you're not wrong. But there are languages that don't have straight human pronouns. They do for animals. They don't for humans. And so language is always an interesting topic when it comes to like the origins of words and things. Fountain going in reverse. I'm having fun with this, although it is very, very tricky. I was hoping for a save room. Difficult to eat. You know what? Dracula. Chili's a vampire ribs. Chili's vampire ribs. I will not give context for those viewers outside of America. Just look up the song Ribs by Neil Cicierega. And if it doesn't make you laugh, you're doing something wrong. Alright. You love how this game looks even today. I think it looks very pretty, even. I think it looks really, really pretty. I do kind of wish... I do wish the difficulty for this part of the game was a little bit toned down, just because it throws everything at you and you can go basically anywhere. So a lot of it is remembering where you fought bosses previously and just trying to find them again. Alright. Right. I need to remember I've got this. I don't know why I did it that way, but hey, so be it. I think Symphony of the Night has aged quite well in terms of design and the look of everything. Although, the only thing I don't really enjoy quite as much about this game is the difficulty curve can be really, really bad, especially coming into the inverted castle. Of course, that's saying absolutely nothing about the quality of this. Gotta stop a bunch of legs from legging us to death. Imagine just you're going through your game and then all of a sudden, vampire. We are an hour and 16-ish in, so I'd like to remind everybody, if you're enjoying the video and want to see me do more of these more often, just streams in general, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel way more than you know. It helps us with the algorithm, it helps us out with getting new viewers in, and it allows me to keep doing what I'm doing. So please, consider subscribing to your favorite YouTubers. And me, of course. I don't expect to be anybody's favorite, I'm sure. But consider subscribing not only to your favorite YouTubers, but also me. Because, you know, I'm trying to make this a thing. It's not working, but I'm trying. I think that's the best attitude to have when it comes to this stuff. It's not working, but I'm not going to stop. Because the minute I stop, bad things happen. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. Usually when I stop doing things, bad things happen. Okay, that's what I thought. My brain did not want to work. What do you think makes it work in the art composition department? I think just the art style it goes for is very timeless. It's very 18th century Victorian. And I think that is something Alucard mail resists fire, lightning, ice. Ah, there we go. There's the actual Alucard stuff. 26, 35, 36. I just think the art style they go for is very timeless, and just the proportion of everything. The way they keep everything moving and flowing, even when you're standing still, until Alucard gets a second to recognize that he doesn't need any more air to intake, he stops moving. He stays completely stationary while everything else stays moving. And that is something that you wouldn't notice. Oh, no. I just mean generally, when I stop doing stuff, my mind wanders. I was not intending to reference any sort of song. I don't endorse any music by any rappers, so... You're like, oh, you referenced the thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. But no, when I stop, my mind has time to wander, and usually that's not a good thing. That's just a in general sort of thing. An in general rule with me is if I'm sitting there for too long by myself, usually bad things happen. Usually it takes me a second, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's why he doesn't do that, because now he's just constantly thinking everybody hates him. It's like, that's not the case. It's like, well, it feels that way. Ah, yes. The room that doesn't work when it's upside down. Because you can't sit in any of the chairs. It has to do with how the gradients they choose. And the texturing. The texturing is quite good. I do think the gradients have something to do with it. Although, you know, that's just color choice. Nope, we're gonna stick with the holy water. This area shouldn't be as scary as it is. Okay, this is a very interesting boss. So, some of you may remember, I don't remember if I did a Castlevania 3 playthrough, but if you've seen the Netflix series, you may know about Sypha and Trevor, but there was another character called Grant in Castlevania 3. And this boss here is just meant to torture Alucard. Fake Trevor, fake Grant, and fake Sypha. I just realized I did not equip that. We are going to... Alright, it is finally time for me to attempt to use some of these items. You're meant to use them all throughout the game. Although I think the best case use for a lot of them is... And there we go. Someone has plus 200. How you get max HP? By getting all of the... So, the way you get max HP is by both leveling up and also collecting all of the HP ups that are scattered throughout the castle. I won't be leveling up to max level, because max level is like 99 or something ridiculous like that. I will be trying to get all the bosses and pretty much 100% though, so... You've tuned into a good stream, I think, I hope. But welcome, CODM Clips. Get that Minotaur's numbers, color choice. How to really make things pop and stand out. Yeah, usually color choice is, but there's something with Symphony of the Night and the way it does things. Another major factor in getting max HP, though, for those curious now, is also starting the intro on the best possible seed. So, essentially, if you beat Dracula in a specific way, you will always walk away with the most amount of HP. So, to get better drops and whatnot, you gotta kind of... just kind of gotta give it a best go. There's a table for all of that stuff for those curious, and tutorials on how to do all of it. Probably should have used Mistborn, since we're going back in here. Get that werewolf's number. Pretty sure they just want to kill. I really do hope they use the Wolfman in Castlevania Nocturne Season 2. I think it could be very interesting to see the cast deal. Ooh, dragon skeleton. White dragons. Life max up. Heart max up. Heart max up. I think it's a little bit of a shame to see the heart max up doesn't instantly refill all of your hearts, but life's okay. Is there a story behind the priest in the table? The one that appears when you go into the confession booths? I don't believe so. I believe that's more or less just dead followers of Dracula. The only priest that really has any merit on the story is Shaft, and he only really matters within term of Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. And we already kind of defeated him. We'll be seeing one last remnant of his ghost later on in this stage. Well, later on in this later on the playthrough. Probably in next week's episode. A lot of the lore and story behind Castlevania is all very simple. It's all written down. It's very easy to follow to a certain point. I'm actually going to have a video coming out detailing some of the stuff that some people think are non-canon and how they can still work within canon even if, you know, Konami wrote off one of the games and Igarashi took them in and out of canon for a number of years. A lot of Castlevania lore is very simple when you break it down. Before that point, it's just kind of a pain. Hello, Demon Dog. Welcome. How are you doing today? Alright, we're gonna head up this way. Buffalo Star. That is another attack weapon. Single-use item. We'll be using them when it comes to the bosses, but not so much when it comes to regular enemies. with that little problem. Tired but waking up. Had an early day. Oh, I feel that. I was up all night last night playing Sonic Superstars and trying to give it a fair shake. Now I'm up and I'm playing a little bit of a better game, but I'm not sure how much better. Plus, my opinion on Superstars is still kind of forming, so... I'm sure I'll have a... Pardon me, folks. Shit. No, I'm still dealing with that mouse problem, and my entire setup got unplugged. So, bear with me, folks. I'm probably going to have to redo most of what I did. Oh no. Shit. I might have to call it early here, folks. My entire power strip that I use is broken. That was the only way I had everything hooked into the wall. That's gonna make getting footage over the next couple days very difficult. I would say we could check the breaker, but my TV is working just fine. God damn it. Bear with me, chat. I am at a loss for words, folks. In all of my years doing this, why today? Why during a stream? Some days the world just hates me. Do you guys think I should end it or keep going? I'll have to redo everything up to the last save point. Don't tell me up to me, because up to me means that we keep going, but... The thing is that none of my consoles reach the wall. Like, not a single one of my game systems can reach the outlet. I've got them as far out as they can go. And I don't have another... I do have another strip. But I don't even know if that one's long enough. Heck, I don't even know if I'll turn it back on if it'll have audio. The Switch overheated. Yeah, no, this is less the Switch overheated and more so my outlet to the wall is no longer working. Well, I suppose I'll try, but we'll have to wait on the recovery time. Hey, Casey.
I'm getting mine. I was gonna give it to you for the rest of the stream.
I'm not so sure even if I can. Do you think you could pop in here and help me out just for a second?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your stream at all.
I think the stream is very much well interrupted.
Well, aside from that. So, yeah, I heard that all the way from upstairs.
The fuse popped.
The fuse in it popped?
Mm-hmm. This is now busted.
Okay.
Just set it down over there and cries insensibly.
We were both playing a game from the same franchise, and this is what happened.
I know, right? Did it?
I was playing Ari of Sorrow.
Did something happen upstairs with yours, or?
No. I wasn't using anything.
Okay.
That was connected to the wall, at least.
Yeah, no, I just heard... I went over there to look what was going on. Off.
I thought something fell. That's how loud it was.
Something did fall. This fell. But that wasn't what I was concerned about. I'm more concerned about everything else.
Is stream still going?
Stream is still going, yes, because the stream outlet is on the other side of the room.
Okay, I'll be right back.
We're fixing. We're trying. Something's wrong with the USB port you plugged in. Repairing drive. Hey, how's your day been going? Tough. Spooky month's going great. Yeah, it's been going great until broken. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna... We're going to attempt. Let's hope the save file isn't corrupted. So... Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I've got another strip. I just was concerned about the outlet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't need the strip, or just...
But that's why I brought it. I thought, like, that was the only thing that was going to allow the system to connect to it.
No, I was just concerned because look at how far out that is.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't put that back there anyways, just because I'm not so sure what's back in that corner. But after stream, I think I might need your help with moving some stuff around.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Anyways, this is my cameo. Say all of you.
This is your cameo, yeah.
Yeah, just for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go now because
that concerns you.
Yeah, because well we've got so.
Because you gotta wait for the.
I've got to wait for it to redo to fix the drive, and I don't know if it'll have my save data still, because I don't know.
Because it happens to be very fickle from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have a backup that's saved to the cloud, but that was with yesterday's stream.
Yeah.
We're an extra 20% of the way done with the game.
Sheesh.
Alright, drive is now hooked back in. This is not what I signed up for, chat.
Alright, do you need help with anything else as of the moment?
I don't think I do, but I'll call you if you need me.
Alright, I'm just a text away.
Cool. Well, how's everybody in chat doing? Hi, Xavier. How did you make my name orange? I didn't make anybody's name orange. Who all's in chat and who votes to keep going? Mir, keep it going. Keep going. Okay. Well, we gotta wait on the drive to fix itself, so. if the drive will fix itself. And that's the other thing, is I'm not entirely sure if the drive will. Well, sorry that today's stuff is broken. What point did it cut out? Okay, good. At least the game is working. Time to see if our save data is still there, because it might not be. Hey! We did, and it was in the reverse Coliseum, so we're actually not as far behind as what I thought we were gonna be. Hooray! We lost 0 progress, Casey! I'm not kidding, we lost none. I would say so. That does not happen very often.
For your efforts.
Oh, the Swiss flag? Oh, can we put it back in the kitchen? Because I don't need it on my desk. It's funnier in the kitchen.
Alright, well, chat, enjoy yourself. Gavin, enjoy yourself.
Trying. Oh boy. I'm gonna see if I can get Karmic to listen. I'm gonna inform Herman we need to get a new power strip. I don't know exactly what broke inside of it. I just know the fuse is likely busted. Yeah, so I was really expecting to have to redo, like, everything. If I had to redo everything, I would have just called it, and then come back, did an extra long stream next week. And you guys wouldn't have even... It wouldn't have seemed like we would have lost any progress. But, at least to you guys, but I would have lost a lot of time. Oh, it's an older 6-way power strip that I had from my mom's. It's got a very nice fuse inside of it. And that's the reason I use it, is because it has a fuse, so that way then my consoles don't break if something bad happens in the wall, because... Karmic's watching. Perfect. We need to get a new power strip. The one on the wall broke. playing the game, I hear some noises in the corner, I check the corner, and then the console dies while I'm off looking elsewhere. New power strip, got it. Yeah, please, one with a fuse. We can go out and look this weekend. For now, it's fine. I've got a new strip plugged in. That's how I'm playing, but that means we don't have one for the other wall. All the strips I buy have fuses in them, by the way. I don't get stuff that doesn't, you know, have protections and precautions. If something is not designed with some amount of redundancy, don't touch it. That is the way I work. But yeah, no, if you want to go back to the stream, it was only about like, what, 20 minutes ago? You can go back and see it for yourself. One of those, that was silly. Why'd that happen? No idea. I am going to be rearranging the living room, though, after the stream, because I'm done with that corner. So, for those who don't know, I've got, or haven't seen the shorts, because all of my shorts are shot around my living room. I've got a big, two-pronged filing cabinet, two-drawered filing cabinet, that I hold all of the cables for consoles in. It's nice, it's metal, so like I know nothing can get into it, and it's cool, right? Well, in the corner behind it, right next to it, is the power cables. The extension cable that I used for the TV, because the TV's cable is very, very short, and a power strip, because I plug in multiple systems. I usually have the Switch and the PS5 plugged into the strip, and then my TV plugged into the power cable. I think it's time to finally get rid of the little gap, though, between the corner and the corner, my shelf, and the TV, just because I have been dealing with a mouse problem, and seeing as I think they're getting a bit more brazen with their moving around because Brent is so lethargic. Brett saw them under his PS5 and didn't do anything. I was like, really? And he was like, well, the mouse traps are up. I'm like, that doesn't mean that if you see it, try to get it, because you don't want it there. So I'm hearing him in the corner, and I'm like, okay, I will be fiddling around in that corner. There's no, like, there's no hazard. All of the cables are very thick cables. I think that power strip is going to die regardless. But it dying is probably not a good sign. Right. So, time for the next boss. Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies. They've gone with this rotting carcass style design. Now, I don't know what exactly Beelzebub's supposed to look like. I haven't read any pieces of fiction that directly reference Beelzebub. But I do know that this is probably one of the most disgusting versions I've ever seen. And being able to hit him is an absolute pain. I believe you want to hit near where the hooks are at. There's that, and then we'll go with... Dang it. Real talk, this was when Demon's Luck says they think they like this game. It is quite good. It's very difficult, though. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of those games where it's like, you'll know you like it if you see it. Although it is very difficult, and I would not recommend it as your first Metroidvania. Seeing as you don't need to know a whole lot to actually play Castlevania or any of these games, it's very easy for it to be... It's very easy for me to recommend certain games for newcomers. And I would say Symphony of the Night here is a recommendation for those who are curious but have talent and skill at games. If not, play something like Circle of the Moon. That is also very difficult, but it can be just as rewarding. Harmony of Dissonance is a better game, although I would recommend having a guide once you get about halfway through that title. And then Aria of Sorrow is another good one that's often recommended. Luckily, with those three advanced games, you can actually get them all three together for like a third the price of one of the cartridges for the Game Boy Advance. So definitely highly recommend these games, although some of them are better than others. So especially for newcomers. I think Portrait of Ruin was my main introduction to Castlevania. Seeing as I got a game card, I didn't actually buy it though. I just kind of had it. So Portrait of Ruin is one of those scary games where it's like I don't know how I got introduced to it. I just know I had a cartridge and I played it. This game, the version of the game I'm playing right now is on PS4. Symphony of the Night is one of those PlayStation exclusives. It is on other platforms, although it's far more known as a PS1 game. Harmony is one I spend the most time with. Harmony of Despair is good, minus the music. Although I do think it's really good. I like it. There's a lot of good in it. Tomorrow's game's Castlevania 64, which came out, I think, a year or two later? After this game? There's... Castlevania games are very easy to kind of follow. Essentially, they were like, okay, Symphony of the Night's the big shake-up on the PlayStation. What are we going to do for the N64? Well, it needs to be 3D because it's the N64. And everything has to be 3D. So they did their best to adapt some of the Symphony of the Night isms into a classic Castlevania game, but also make that classic Castlevania game 3D. I think it's done quite well. Others may disagree, but I guess we'll have to see tomorrow what I truly feel, because it'll be my third time playing through the game. Or at least the third time through the first level. I've never made it past the first level, because 64 is a title that is very divisive, and it doesn't do everything great. And I've been warned that the game is not good by some reviewers, a lot of older reviews, honestly. But I think it could also just be game reviewers at the time being spoiled by games like Mario 64 and stuff, so maybe the game is actually not half bad. Suppose I will find out when the time comes. Potion. We're gonna go back into Beelzebub after we level up a little bit more. Over this way. Ah, we're back at Beelzebub. Okay. Well, I tried. Broadsword. Sword of Honor, House Heirloom. Okay, I need to start switching into this core. That restores all HP, and then I need something that restores hearts. Or Karma Coin, why not? Well, I tried with that. I have no idea what would be good. I like how when everybody appeared, I was having technical difficulties. I get it fixed. A bunch of people leave. I understand people are busy, but like, there we go. I tried. I used up a lot of items. Everything was fine until the bug attacked. Everything was fine until the power outlet went down. At least, you know, I know the Switch is fine. Yes. Ring of Arcana. Increases rare item. I could do with a hit to that. I can deal with a hit to my rare item drops. It has been done. Something's been done. We're at 7 people watching, which is cool. Cool. We're only at 5 likes, but I think we can beat the odds. I think we can get more people to watch. Once again, I am going a little longer today. 1, because the hiccup. 2, because my main goal was to have this game, the castle, 200% explored. And the castle 200% explored and the best ending possible. For you guys. Just so we can unlock the most stuff, and then next year I can show off like Richter Belmont and stuff. Plus, it makes for a nice companion piece to the video that I've got coming up. Because some people don't know I do actual video content. Some people just watch the streams. Presume that's all I do. Except I do shorts. And I do vids. And I try my best at everything I do. I am glad, though, that I do get to continue. It was very scary, I'm gonna be honest. It's terrifying when stuff just breaks. Because for as much as I take care of things... Some more sub-weapon ammo. Yeah, I can get that one tile later. We want as many hearts as possible. Sorry, I keep going back to that comment. I don't know why. Honestly, I kind of want to just play Sonic Superstars. Play the rest of my day as a bit of a waste. Anti-Venom. It's one of those areas in the castle where it's like, and bat form. Yeah, double jump works for some of this stuff, but a lot of these jumps are not feasible. Like that right there. Even with the high jump and the double jump, I just can't reach it. So, bat form. I do like that the candles are even upside down. I have to wonder how hard it was to balance this part of the game, or if they even tried. Some things I shall never know. Maybe Matt McMuscles do What Happened on Symphony of the Night. I know he did on 64, but I think that Symphony of the Night needs it a little bit more, because I'm always curious about this game's development. Because there's a ton of canceled Castlevania games that we know about. I said Sonic Superstars. Did I say Castlevania Superstars? There hasn't been any. Castlevania 64, Symphony of the Night. The first game. Those are all three of the things that I played this month. Also doing Bomberman as Alucard, Simon, and Dracula. Because... why not? I like Bomberman, and I can pretty easily beat that game. Talisman. Okay, back up. Pop it before chaos breaks out. Can finally hear again. Oh boy. Well, good luck. Have fun. Good luck with the pop it. Yeah, I'm definitely moving around my shelf. That's one of the biggest hassle of having so many physical games. Yeah, they'll work. Yeah, they play. But then when it comes time to actually clean and stuff, you gotta take everything off the shelf, re-alphabetize it. Or at least I alphabetize my games. I cannot stand it when my shelves don't have. Mostly because it's a lot harder to find games when they're not ordered properly. Missed that up there. We don't have very much of the castle left to explore. I mean, we do, but we don't. Well, I think after this is all done, I'm gonna keep my game clean. Just clean all the cases so I can fall down. I was planning on editing today. I was like, maybe I'll edit. Get done the Castlevania video for next week. I think what I'm actually going to end up doing is just saying screw it, cleaning up the living room completely, like doing a deep clean. Pushing the TV stand all the way back. Hello, Chrono Bird. Removing all the games from the shelves, double checking everything. Getting rid of the corner space over there. You know. Making things a little easier on my end to keep up with. How is your health? Oh, 468. Mentally? Not sure. Physically? Not sure. In the game? Not too bad. Not as good as it could be. But not too bad. Not too shabby. riding enemies, and then the way you have knockback, it's just a little bit infuriating. Can't wait till we can one-shot them. So around good news, huh? Yeah. All around, in-between news. Could be better, could be worse. Either way, I'm not complaining. Yes. Connecting the catacombs. Luckily, I'm quite a bit higher level than I was last time. I was only like 34 when I came through here beforehand. Although I do think we're gonna go right first before we go left. Because it's a little easier to take care of some of the stuff on the right than it is the left. We are coming up to the end, though. Next week will be interesting. I may actually finish Symphony. There we go. Alright, where is it? I think I already passed it. Strong versus all attacks. Resembles Family Shield. As you can see, the Alucard Shield is quite a bit more powerful, but it looks the same as the Alucard Shield. Essentially, the Alucard Shield all like replica stuff meant to trick Alucard. Or at least slow him down. Like, oh yeah, I found it. No, I didn't. Alright, we'll go back up to the corridor and then make our way back around. I think we'll... I don't know. I don't know how much further we're gonna have to go. I feel like every time I get close to finishing this game, I just get lost. Some of the sound effects do come through the controller. So I know it can be a little bit weird hearing the sound effects come through on the mic as well as on through the TV. Alright, back over to the right here. Area is full of stronger enemies. Holy water does a number on basically everything, though. Cross is good for vertical stuff, not so much for not so much horizontal stuff. Yeah, vertical stuff, not horizontal. Alright, so now I think the only thing left to really do is either the library or the underground catacombs, or, well, above ground catacombs, with the way things are oriented. Well, no, the crown's upside down, so I don't know. Use up those. Re-equip the Alucard shield. Looks like the fastest way to do things is going to be... yeah. Go through here. And we can make our way up and over through the catacombs this way. I think it's a bit safer to do that, but I'm not sure. I think if I use the library card now, I think it'll put me in the standard library and not the inverted library. So this will be probably the fastest and not necessarily safest, but fastest right there. Tanesh said, the developers palette swap the negative castle, math-wise. It's negative, not inverted. It is inverted. It is. It is inverted, because it's flipped upside down and rotated around. This spot right here was on the left side of the screen in the other castle. It is completely inverted. Flipped upside down and inverted. It's not negative. And there is no palette swap. This is the exact same palette they used in the standard castle. I don't know why I just did that. Shouldn't have, I don't have very many healing items, but yeah, so be it. But this is called the Inverted Castle. It's not called anything else. These are the catacombs. We're gonna need to go in there eventually. But our goal right now is to get a save point, so our nearest save point is gonna be off to the left. I might just... Okay, let's find something that heals. Okay, that's not great. There we go. the things I like to make reference to is, if you guys have questions about stuff that we saw in the previous episodes and stuff, go watch them. Somebody's probably already asked the question already. And if not, you know, you can always go into the comments. Asking in the chat is always a good thing, it's always recommended, but the previous videos are always going to be up. The previous streams, some people call them VODs. I don't really count them as VODs, because I'm not doing a video on command. I'm doing it's a previous stream. It's a saved stream. It's a video. Like, video on demand is something else entirely. I will argue this to the day I have to. Well, the sword took care of it. This game's standard enemies is like most end games and stage bosses. Yep. Yep, I would agree with that. Because a lot of Castlevania is built on the same logic as Mega Man, and as in, let's make it as hard as possible. So some of Castlevania's design isn't as well. I like to call it put together. At least that's what I would say. Like, a lot of it's good, but some of it isn't as... Dark Blade. Okay. Sword forged by elves. Our attack goes way up. Okay, what is our next level at? 2100. Alright, so what we're doing down here is... Wing Smash. It's a command I can do. I used to be able to do really well. Now I just can't seem to do it once. It's not a great spot to grind. Dark octopuses really are a strange enemy. Alright. So our main goal now is to make our way over to the catacombs / up this way. Well, not really so much up that way, but over to the catacombs. But first we're gonna go ahead and save. I think this is where I'm gonna call it for today, just because a lot of stuff has happened. We got done quite a bit. We're about halfway through this version of the castle. So probably between this part and the next part, I'm going to do some castle exploration. Just clear out the rest of the castle minus the bosses, and then Dracula. Hell, it might even be on the next stream. I'm going to go ahead and check out what exactly our data is at. We are 165.9% complete, so almost 200% of the way there. We're getting there. We'll clear it up. But I'll save that for next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And if you're... And please share this video around. Even with the technical difficulties, I think today's episode went quite well. I just hit the wrong button and didn't realize. My bad. Follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT, or you can follow me on Blue Sky at GavinDragon. You can also donate to the PayPal link on your screen or in the description below, and there will be videos to click on afterwards. I do tons of uploads and episodes and stuff, so please go check out my backlog. There's a lot there to check out. All that being said, good night, everybody.